Hey you guys, my name is Vidal Arroyo. I am a current graduate student at the University of Oxford and the current managing director of It Gets Brighter and the Brighter Co-Videos campaign. I'm making this short video to just talk about my family's experiences with mental health and how that has motivated me to get involved with this campaign and with It Gets Brighter at large. So, growing up, I didn't really know what the term mental health meant. That's actually something that is more of a recent realization of everything that that term encompasses. But I was very aware of the history of depression and suicide in my family. When I was 2 or 3, around that time, my uncle committed suicide, which was my dad's brother. And my dad, when he was 16, struggled very heavily with suicidal thoughts and depression because his parents divorced and he felt a sense of worthlessness. Felt like he wasn't enough to basically keep his parents together. And that was sort of this, growing background noise in my life, but it wasn't something that I really thought was even different. Because it was the only thing that I knew, it sort of felt normalized, and it was sort of something that, wasn't also very involved in my day-to-day life because I felt like those things were in the past, and, that wasn't something that, my family struggled with on a daily basis. But that all changed basically late in middle school, early high school, around that time, because my dad lost his job. And for a period of 10 or 11 months, he very heavily struggled with depression and suicidal thoughts. It was something that I wasn't even aware of until about month 8 or 9 into that 11-month period, where he basically opened up to me and the rest of our family and told us that this was something that he was very heavily struggling with. Actually, on that exact day that he told us, that was the day that he almost took his life. And, for him, the reason he struggled very heavily with this issue is because during that time we were going through a lot financially. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't know where money was going to come from. And my parents, I think, were just really stressed during this time. My dad in particular, because he wasn't able to provide anymore because he didn't have a job, and he didn't know how he was going to get another job. And for a period of almost a year, he wasn't able to get another job. He was applying to jobs and kept getting rejected again and again. He felt a sense of worthlessness, because he felt like he wasn't able to provide for his family. He wasn't able to secure our future and secure our happiness and really our life. So what was his worth? That was really the question that was going through his mind at that time. And during that day when he told us about all these issues, we were able to very openly speak into his life and tell him that his life was not bound in what he was able to provide. It was not bound in his career. It was bound in his innate value as a human being whose life is precious just for its own sake. And my dad's path to healing was really twofold. One, it was that day of being very openly vulnerable with us, and how we were able to really talk these issues open about him, and how he wasn't how we were able to break the stigma surrounding this issue, and that we were able to make sure that he wasn't struggling alone. And I think the other thing for him was his faith as a Christian, knowing that God had a plan for his life, and that his life was not over, even though this was a very, very dark period in his life. And so that's really the point that I want to bring home, that your life is precious and your life is valuable, and no matter where you are right now, whether you're unemployed or you're doing online school, or you just don't even know what you're doing right now, you're just living day by day, I just want to encourage you and let you know that it does get brighter, and that through this campaign I'm hoping that we can continue to share stories of people talking about things that they or people that they loved have struggled with and how they've overcome it. And I think while this pandemic is continuing to ensue and lockdown continues to propagate and continue in many parts of the world, I know that there will be a day that we will be able to say that we've made it through all of this, and that as an organization we want to continue sharing those stories of hope to help you if hearing someone else's story would lift you up. And so that's it. Stay safe and take care.